ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's action here for the MDL CIS Qualifiers. For the next 3 days, we've got some wonderful Dota for you, and it's a very brutal bracket too, a single elimination. 8 of the best teams of the CIS region are battling for the 1 spot at the LAN finals. My name is DragonJob. I'm joined by Mr. V, and none of these teams, or none of these players, apart from BCC, have the proper name, and we don't have a ticket either. So just rest assured that we have the full squads from both teams. But probably just gonna end up calling them by their hero names once they've been picked.
We might be able to figure this out. We'll see.
I refuse, honestly. I could maybe just write down all the names and do like this little thing that people keep doing when they cast FPL and be like, oh yeah, BZZ is this hero, and then just you have your entire right side of the screen filled with names and heroes. But I refuse to do that. I refuse.
All right.
It's not my job to make people care about their brand and their name.
Their identity.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess they get their punishment as well, is that it's single elimination, you know, show up or go home type situation, which I actually really like to see. I like to see these players playing under pressure and being forced to kind of make hard choices in these games. So we'll see how it goes.
5 seconds remaining.
Only best of 3, so you get exactly 1 chance to mess up and maybe try something new in a draft that's maybe not as proven. And then again, new patch, nothing's really proven just yet, really. So unless you want to go back to strats from 7.06 and adapt them slightly, but we'll find out here. 3 bans for each side has already changed a few things here, but do see some familiar faces taken out. Your Brewmaster, Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster, all these strong pushing heroes still very highly sought after and consequently banned.
Yeah, this Bane is one of Spartak's kind of go-to heroes, kind of alongside that Earth Spirit and Rubik.
10 seconds remaining.
But usually if they're choosing the first pick, like they did here, they like to go for something that they're comfortable with and something with setup for like combos. So maybe they're looking to go towards Mirana here, and Team Empire in their set get to snag up the Earth Spirit, which I think is a pretty good response to this Bane.
I anticipated Earth Spirit to be highly contested throughout this entire series. Just if you look at their Dota buffs of both of these teams this week, it's sitting at the most played heroes with 5 games on Empire and 3 on Spartak Esports. Of course, not too many games played on the new patch, but still.
Yeah, I think Spartak has like a 70% win rate this past month in their official games with the hero, so, or at least their ticketed games, so
yeah.
They really like the hero.
Team Empire's turn to
Alright, Night Stalker also actually making it through. It's another one of these heroes that's more often banned than not, just because he still gives you that crazy amount of vision, this good amount of early game aggressive potential, so we end up with this very classic matchup of the Earth Spirit on one side, Night Stalker on the other, both having very similar goals.
Yeah, this is actually one of Spartak's most banned out heroes, the Night Stalker. They really like playing against it, but I'm kind of a little bit confused here as to why they would pick it up alongside the Bane. These are two kind of roaming heroes. You don't usually sit Bane like solo supporting one other core while Night Stalker runs around. So this leads me to think that this Night Stalker may be in more of a 3 role, but we'll see.
10 seconds
Yeah, it could be, or the alternative would be to just pick up solo laners that can kind of hold their own. So then you have both of these heroes free to rotate around. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen this kind of playstyle in the CS region in particular. And it gives you a lot of flexibility to also react to the Earth Spirit and just shut him down, make sure that his impact early on is just nil.
Yeah, and I think vision is a big thing when playing against Earth Spirit. Like if Earth Spirits are able to get that initiation off and start a fight with a 3-man boulder or a good roll in silence, then you're in a really bad spot. But with Night Stalker, if you're able to get that Aghanims up, then you've got a lot more potential to counterplay that Earth Spirit or get him silenced before the fight starts.
Yeah. And we'll see if that'll be the choice at all here for the Night Stalker. I mean, sometimes you just end up seeing them go for more utility items. That'll be Beta Medallion into Solar Crest if you need some extra minus armor, pipes or something like that, halberds. There's plenty of ways they can run the Night Stalker these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Team
When I look at
Empire's
Spartak's
turn to
bans
pick.
here, they seem to be banning towards like kind of pusher heroes. Prophet, Beastmaster, Drow, Luna, all these heroes kind of aim to kind of push early and have a lot of potential to pressure tower. So maybe Spartak's looking to be a little bit more greedy and defensive here and maybe pick up some heroes that
10 seconds
don't want their
remaining.
map taken away so they can farm more into the later portions of the game.
5
Yep.
seconds remaining.
Find out. Certainly curious to see so many heroes taken away. At the same time, there's still plenty left. Think about the
Mhm.
Jakiro, the Pagna, Death Prophet even, and we see more and more of these days, I feel like.
Yeah, I
Um,
think they're concerned about the heroes that work well with the Shadow Demon, like Luna and Drow can do a lot with those illusions with their base agility, just kind of amplifying the damage there. So maybe they're just kind of concerned about that. Terrorblade's still in the pool, but we haven't really seen a lot of him.
no. Right now, I'm more concerned
Dire
about the
team
Mirana, actually. Centaur for now, alright. That's a bit more interesting, but just thinking about
Mhm.
Shadow Demon combos in the earlier game, just as a disruption for the setup. For something like a Centaur to walk in, even the Earthbird, just to get some easy follow-up of stuns. So there's some synergies there
10
already.
seconds remaining.
It does leave the Mirana
Empire's
potentially
turn to
for
pick.
Spartak East. Now it's the Puck.
Very flexible
Oh.
draft coming from them. Like again, Night Stalker could be 4, he could be off lane. Same thing with the puck. Be mid, could be off lane. I doubt we'd see a support puck role, but Spartak seems
10
to be like
seconds remaining.
hiding something. I think they want to maybe go like greedy. Maybe they're thinking about
5
like
seconds
Medusa here
remaining.
or something that's going to just take time to come online, and they don't want to show it right away.
Yeah, it's a bit curious indeed. But I swear, if the Mirana is ignored in this draft, then I don't know what's happening anymore. I mean, Team Empire is one of the most picked heroes in this month as well. Up at 12 matches.
Mm-hmm.
And it just works well with the Shadow Demon. You also denied the Spartak Esports here with the Bane Mirana combo being so very strong indeed.
Yeah, both these teams can take it. They have, as you said, like the Bane combo or the Shadow Demon combo for the arrow setup. So kind of surprised that both teams have kind of left it in the pool. Maybe they're trying to like bait it, but I'm not sure if like you can ever really bait a Mirana pick. It's like, oh, they picked Mirana. Well, we're going to counter that Mirana pick with Mirana's counter, and that counter is what exactly?
I guess Slag, because it's something that you can't leap out of the pounce if you connect it. It's like
Yeah.
the one thing that I can think of.
Oh no, Mirana's been pounced.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, I totally think that like both teams may be kind of like baiting the Mirana, but don't really want to pick it and don't really want to also like dedicate a ban to it. Empire here, this is the core revenge that they've ran before. It's a nice
10
kind of
seconds
response to
remaining.
the puck a little bit. You don't really want to take the Dream Coil
5
Sun, but if you can
seconds
swap
remaining.
out of it or swap someone out of it, it kind of puts them in a safe position either way.
Yep.
Team Empire's
As
turn
my pick
to
as well,
and there's the Medusa. Hey.
Called it.
Yeah. I
That's
think
that late
that
game
they
hero.
have a ban, so they can go for the anti-mage ban if they really want to. But with Venge on the table now, they know that it's not going to be, like
10
they're not going to
seconds
Venge
remaining.
mids and go back for an AM. I highly doubt. So maybe Spartak is instead going to
5
spend their
seconds
ban
remaining.
on something like a Phantom Lancer.
Well, if you ask Kyle, then he'd be
Ricky.
Ricky, but he'd
Team
also be
back.
telling you about the Shadow Demon mid and how that's amazing and stuff like that.
I've played with him. I played with him and his Shadow Demon mid, and he may have think he carried the game, but
Yeah.
there may have been 5 kills in the off lane, 3-6 minutes that helped him and drew the pressure away
10
from him mid.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
But hey, that's just beside the point here. Now here,
5
Spartak, they
seconds
get their
remaining.
ban, so they can throw the PL.
Dire
Maybe they
team
ban out Marana
That
now
is.
or the Invoker. But yeah, they go back for the Mirana. They don't intend on picking it themselves. So now they get to think, okay, Medusa mid? No, probably Puck mid. Medusa safe. Do we want to throw something else in the offlane versus Venge, Shadow Demon,
10
or Spirit?
seconds remaining.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't think
5
Darkseer is
seconds
terrible
remaining.
here, but it's not necessarily good. You can get disrupted as you try to surge away. Tidehunter, I think, is broken. So if it's in the pool, that's what I would take if I was Spartak.
I don't know, because if you look at Team Empire's lineup, it actually looks kind of scary early on. You have just Vengeful Spirit in the safe lane, and any 2 or 3 heroes together have better potential, if not kill potential. If you then pick up another hero for the mid lane that can start to roam around a little bit early and provide that extra bit of damage to make things work, then Spartak might actually be caught off guard by that, and they don't need a hero that can mitigate that to some extent. So Titan, as you said, he's very tanky, very hard to bring down like that. Maybe that's a choice, because they need something to just also cover for Medusa, because that's not exactly a hero that can survive.
Yeah, I think they just want
pressure.
Yeah, I think they just want something that's fairly independent in the offlane, like maybe something that starts off with Night Stalker in the lane, but once you get up like 2 points in Kraken Shell, is able to fend for himself, and then Medusa can be safe. The other option is to put in the safe lane and Medusa mid. Like they have both those options there, depending on where they think the threat is. But I highly doubt you'd want to put Puck in your safe lane and kind of leave your Medusa exposed middle. Just kind of seems better to give Puck that freedom to roam a little bit, and I think Puck is a little more agile for dodging the Shadow Demon and ganks.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Underlord, so it's some team fighting potential. Fairly tanky slug, but still vulnerable enough in the earlier parts of the game. You need a couple of levels to really get going and provide the threat that makes people not want to chase you through Pit of Malice as well as the Firestorm.
Yeah. Without PMS, I don't think this hero is really strong. But we get to see the mid here. I was going to say like Sniper could be an option with like the ability to kite with Centaur and Venge. Sniper just kind of seems like a kind of good go-to here for Team Empire. But yeah, I'm not sure who I favor here. Both these teams have the potential to kind of outplay the other. But we'll see how it goes.
Can't help but favor Empire's draft a little bit more. You have the synergies here between the Shadow Demon in particular and your Spirit. He alone can set up for other things as well if he manages to land the slow stuns and whatnot. Then you also have the illusion stretch, right? With the Shadow Demon, you get an illusion if someone dies on the Soul Catcher. You also get illusions of your own heroes if you die under the Vengeful Spirit aura. So they keep fighting even if they die. That's which is a bit interesting how that works in the match.
Yeah, when I played Shadow Demon for the first time, I didn't realize Soul Catcher had that illusion effect, and I thought it was a bug. And I'm like, hey, I'm bugged and got this extra illusion. This is great. But yeah, it's a nice addition to the hero. Adds a lot more kind of options for getting more vision out on the map. But yeah, I definitely think Empire as a team have a little bit more experience than Spartak, but anything can happen, right? The pressure's on. Like if you lose, you're out. So it is a best of 3, but that doesn't change the fact that you can only afford to lose once in this series.
Well, one of these teams will have to face that fate and already lose once. The other team, obviously, coming out with a win. Again, we don't have a ticket, so we don't have the proper names. I believe ACC and Vengeful Spirit is silent. That's as much as I remember here. This side for Team Empire. On the other side, we've got, of course, BZ on the puck. He's the one that just keeps it 6-3-3.
Yeah, for sure.
I refuse trying to learn 10 names. Because they don't change
10 name learning. See, seems a little bit hard. There is this early smoke out. Night Stalker gets the vision down. This is going to help the Underlord. He really doesn't want to die at this kind of initial part of the lane. He at least wants to get level 2 before having to maybe play more defensively. But we'll see how Night Stalker helps out his offlane buddy here. I think Medusa should be fine for Centaur. You just have to be worried about Centaur contesting the CS with the Quelling Blade.
Yep. As long as we make good use of the Mystic Snake, you keep bouncing that through. It's actually a very strong laner, and especially in these kind of 1v1 situations. But again, I gotta be worried about the Earth Spirit roaming through, as well as potentially the Shadow Demon as well, if he isn't needed to babysit down bottom. Then he can also easily just walk in through the fog, find a disruption. It's actually when Shadow Poison level 1 though. We'll try and make use of that to just go out the Underlord, I guess.
Yeah, you can get it to stack up. Underlord is... He was thinking about trying to cut the wave here, but Shadow Demon holding on to that Shadow Poison. Till now, he gets a little bit closer, and now he can actually threaten. They have
up
the
as
bench
well
done.
from ACC. Fox actually taking quite a bit of damage here already. 3 stacks. Don't actually throw out the stun here, but the interception coming through from the Earth Spirit, blocking up that path, and the first blood drawn by Shadow Demon. Very unconventional skill builds at level 1, but it did help them out. All but inevitable that he dies there if he starts to stack that up to 4 and 5, even at level 1. A ridiculous amount of damage. Now to roll in onto BCC in mid. Hug has the orb available, so able to jaunt on out of there. Getting some help myself, lol, on the Night Stalker. Rolling through onto the Sniper. He takes quite a bit of damage in turn, does have a self available. He'll be just fine too.
So
Classic
I'm
2v2
assuming... Yeah, I'm assuming this is FN middle, silent, Venge safe. And
Yeah.
then, is it usually Maposhka on the Earth Spirit for Empire?
Yeah, should be.
And then Van score support. Off lane is Ghost Stick, who seems to be doing a little bit better than the offlane Underlord. But Underlord is about the same in experience, but he did feed the first blood. It's just a matter of whether or not they can get those Shadow Demon, Shadow Poison stacks back up on him.
Gotta be careful about where he positions himself. Right here, well, his sound gets close again for stun, and gets much easier to get that 1 or 2 extra stacks up. For now, just a 2.
Man, offlaning is so hard this patch.
Sweep speed all the way, like pretty much there, I believe. It's
Just
just
the
not
creep,
everything.
equilibrium, and everything. Like you gotta really use these bounty runes as you get the he gets the banished.
Never mind that. Bit of a wraparound as well. Industry on the Earth Spirit, looking for some body blocks. The roll comes through. Stacks in the other bounty rune. Box 3, 4 stacks of poison on him already. Couple
This
more
should
right
be
clicks.
enough.
Plus the pop. Yeah, more than enough indeed. Bane with the rotation through. Unable to really change that fact. The one upside is, well, still level 1, the lowest death time in the game. So you can keep you straight back to lane.
Yeah. FN putting some pressure mid, but Night Stalker's here to help out the puck. Who was salving up there. Didn't get the self cancel.
Takes so much damage though, the roll coming through. He doesn't actually have the orb available, but the roll actually not long enough to connect. That could have been a really good kill. Get that extra bit of control up onto the puck.
Yeah, just not quite hitting by Team Empire. I think Puck needs to play it a little bit safer. We see a lot of these salves being ferried out middle lane. Just that added pressure as the mid lanes with so many heroes contesting and fighting. They need that reach lane and apply the pressure.
Yep. So far, Sniper doing quite well. 14 and 7 to 10 and 7. BZ keeping up as much as he can. He keeps having to dodge out this kind of pressure.
Fox is getting a little bit more in the off lane here. Shadow Demon left, so he's not quite threatened, but we do have Silent denying the creeps, doing a good job of that, making sure he's minimizing whatever XP is coming the Underlord's way. I see. He'll get banished if he stays for the rune, and he knows it, so he just runs away.
At least he gets his own this time. Haste Rune though onto Babylon. Could potentially turn into something. Wow, he didn't even get his own bounty rune, but he'll still get banished. Fox.
Calculated. He knew there was a haste.
Yeah.
Really.
But he had the ward up there, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to bait in. Fox just wastes a little bit of more of his time, prevent him from jungling or in the lane. So we see Silent actually behind Medusa here in terms of CS, which seems strange. Light has relegated himself to the jungle, who is the ghost stick on the Centaur. Man, it's going to be really hard to be consistent with the names here.
Again, this is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not even going to attempt it. Just saying the names that they picked for themselves. This is yay sniper. Yay, you know. Roll in from Bushime Fog. I can't actually read Cleric, so that's a problem. Just the Earth Spirit for me.
Mr. Russian name.
Yeah.
Rolls in Russian.
Rolls in Russian.
Clearly.
Look at this as well. It's also something that you can do with Shadow Poison. Farm up camps. If you have the mana sustain, go for it. So Babylon opting for some extra clarities here to enable that. Actually getting quite a bit out of this particular lane, even though he's not got a lot to do in terms of zoning out Fox anymore, since he's struggling to jungle.
Yeah. Like, Fox will be able to get something out of the jungle, but we're starting to see the effect of no Iron Talon here. Fox really wanted to stay in that off lane and try to get something done, but now he's just lost his Earth Spirit top. Will he get the roll out?
Down below, I believe it was still cancelled by Nightstalker being named, but it does get to low ground, the stun onto 2. TP through from Babylon. Light ready with the stun. He has Silent even making a rotation on the Vengeful Spirit. And bit of a commitment here to say the least. They get the Bane kill, but now bottom lane is completely free.
Nightstalker getting to snag up the bounties and probably get some experience here bottom. And you gotta wonder, is this worth it for Silent to TP on Venge, to get a Bane kill, and then to have to run all the way back down bottom?
That's a big question.
Maybe they get this kill on Nightstalker.
Has some minus armor. He has
Swaps
some
up.
damage being blocked by the infused raindrop, but here, swap preventing the high ground flight. But it makes it a really, really good exchange indeed. There's a big creeper though for Fox down bottom. He's almost level 5 for his assault. Meanwhile, what?
Radiant's bottom tower is
Just
under
killed
attack.
himself. He killed the creeps, but one projectile must have been in the air from the trolls. Still killed him after the damage from the double edge comes through. It's hilarious, actually. Must have been the way it went down, right?
Yeah.
Radiant's
No, he just sacrificed himself for efficiency.
How can you do that on dead creeps? You know?
My skill
Radiant's
cap.
top tower is under attack.
Alright, so with all of this happening, Silent on the bottom lane is still farming, but so is Medusa, sitting at 63 lasts up top. So who's this early game actually favoring overall? That was a question for you, it was not rhetorical. V? He's gone, I lost him. Didn't indulge his dad jokes enough. Down bottom, another stun on the Nightstalker, the raindrops. Pink Sloop Dividends there blocking some of that damage here, but the Centaur run comes through. They will be able to catch up. A couple more right clicks will secure that kill. Nightstalker next to illusion here until he respawns, only for a couple of seconds, so I can't really do too much with that at this point. Silent continuing to try and zone out this Underlord. Almost got to his level 6, so that's where it gets a little bit easier. You have that, get a little jail-free card essentially. If you get it off early enough is the thing. And he's still being pressured quite a bit. He does have the 2 null talismans for lanes. Has the 1 queued up and then the blinks, so sometimes you see Parks go for the Veil first instead of the blink straight off the bat, but in this game it's gonna have to be his job to continue to create space for Medusa. 3154, it does have the Mask of Madness completed here, just needs to have that called the Quarterstaff flow now. Face Wounds are cool out, so in a really good spot right now. Almost on top of the net worth chart here. Not just CS, but Vengeful Spirit with all the kills under his belt. ACC is still claiming that spot. Now, TP's up top towards the shrine. Roll coming through. Actually connects there onto the Night Stalker. You can maybe punch him back a little bit, but the body blocks are not going to be there. Still keeping up the stun, the banish, more poison. Nightmare try and keep the Earthsplit away a little bit, but they take it off with one of the illusions, and well, that's what happens. Babylon, Shadow Poison, an old school build, but it's extremely effective if you can manage to get up these stacks.
I thought if they didn't make the stuns very well, like he banished while the Earthspirit has the stun, say look mid on Puck maybe? What's that all for?
Easy, just running to get close and bring him down. You already used the orb. Not enough to keep him safe. Meanwhile, further up top, the Nightmare will keep light away. The darkness keeps light away. That's, I think, how that works out.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Medusa also got that Mask of Madness finished up. The question is, will Silent and kind of proceed to push down these lanes and take away Medusa's farm? Light is doing quite well comparatively to the Underlord, got an additional level on his belt, so Silent's got to be thinking, okay, I got the catapult wave, do I want to try to take this tower and force the team this way so that maybe Sniper can also take the mid tower? But these towers are relatively healthy on the side of Spartak.
Yep. Yeah, the one weakness of this draft is you don't have this big tower pushing hero. Then again, they banned most of them out, so
Don't mind me.
their own fault, really. But
Well,
eventually,
Sniper does okay.
Yeah. Especially once you have that take aim maxed out, you can just blink away the tower out
Top
of
lane.
range. Oh, there we go, they find a stun on Medusa and oh, that's a lot of damage. All catch illusions dying though. Oh no. No! My efficiency. Ah.
Tragedy.
Could have had it for another 20 seconds. More DPS for the tower.
Could have done another 20 damage to this tower.
Yeah. Total mean, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Inefficient plays. This is why these teams didn't win TI.
Yeah. Scan comes out from the Radiant here to bring down a tower. They scouted out the smoke rotation with that. Now they just have to make sure not to be cut off on the retreat.
They're committing to this. They're really wanting to fight here.
Tawara, though, we do have another ultimate available. He's running right into them, though. Being silenced up, nuke down, so light. We'll see the darkness.
That was actually really close.
Hold on.
Get the
Especially
ulti.
committing for the fight here. Night Stalker. Maybe bursting a little bit here by that Shadow Demon ultimate. But way too many heroes. Oh, maybe not. Here's Silent coming through. Silent to build up some illusions, but the Fiend Script catching him as well as Medusa ultimate, keeping everyone else away. And now the Nightmare on the Sniper. It's just turning into a chain feed here. Empire, what are you doing? Yeah, might be able to walk away from this here with the shrapnel and the tower protecting him, but damn.
Sniper just couldn't resist looking at that Medusa. He's just like, I'm coming, Venge. I'm coming. And then just nope. Nope. Turned into stone, as we have very similar builds coming out from almost all the cores. I expect Puck will not get a Mask of Madness, but Venge, Medusa, and Sniper all seem to have one at this point.
Yeah. Very interesting how that works out sometimes. Also Aquila as well as Shreds on Sniper and Venge. So. But now the Shadow Blade in the works for ACC.
Not a whole lot to build a Silver Edge up for. I don't think you disable a lot of the Hunter and the Knife passives.
Oh.
The only thing I can see is the Atrophy Aura, but I'm not sure if that even gets stopped by the break.
Good, right? Maybe you still keep your bonus damage that you got until this point. Like, you know how it works with Timbersaw?
Yeah, you just don't accumulate new.
Yeah.
So.
At the very least, a Shadow Blade just to be able to get close, get some scouting information.
Yeah.
Set up for some easy pickoffs. I think that's the plan for Silent.
Well, they're able to get top tower, but the middle and bottom towers still remained healthy for Spartak as they proceed to take bottom and look for a kill here.
Fido spread in the side here. Nightmare cancel TP. Easy nuke down. 4 heroes against him. Not a whole lot he can do, but the rest of his team is smoked up.
You have the blink on
Find
center
something
here.
here. That is blink stomp onto Medusa. Need a little bit of extra damage, and they get it. No ultimate this time. This game's just a series of really quick kills, one way or the other by the looks of it.
Yeah, it seems like the teams are just kind of one player's off doing their own thing, and the other teams and the rest of their team is like, okay, we're getting out, and they're just like, oh, but there's creeps. Last hits, my efficiency.
My efficiency, exactly.
And then Empire's like, nope, you're dead. Just like, you abandoned me, and they're like, you're too greedy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, at least they didn't fall trap to the save your body syndrome just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You see, if the carry dies, it's the team's fault for not backing him up.
Yeah,
But if the team dies and the carry lives,
it's space created.
it's also the
It's
team's
just
fault.
useful. Alright, I see how it is. Blink stop again here. The rest of his team is wrapping around, but it's too late. 3154 is dead. Fox coming through. A couple of spells being used. And now BZ with the backstab here, Avenge. And now the Fiend Scope on the Sniper. So his damage is not really coming to bear. Shadowblade will keep ACC alive for the time being, but he does end up falling after all. The triple stomp though, on top of the magnetizer, turning things around. Light still dies a bit of damage over time. Fox still very much alive in this fight. 3 for 3 trades so far, and still looking for more. The stones continue to come through. Magnetize doing a ridiculous amount of work in this particular team fight. The Empire take the slightly better end, unless they lose Babylon here. They does have a banish available, uses it aggressively. I'll keep Fox away from providing that next bit of damage.
What a great magnetize. You could almost say that Earth Spirit rocked it. Yeah?
Oh god. I really need to make a dash joke channel, holy shit. That magnetized. 1500 damage done by the Earth. 2.2k by the center with a triple stomp and double edge.
That was like a ice centaur stomp.
Oh yeah. Oh, ice is ice. So good.
High quality plays come from the centaur here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wow, that efficiency. He like dropped his tranquil boots like for the time that they were in his backpack, but was still right clicking, and then when they came off cooldown, they're already healing him. That's just like more effort than I would ever put in a real game. As Silent gets scout out by Fox here, they may make it go, but with the Shadow Demon here, I doubt Spartak is willing to make a play.
Yeah.
Top lane, blink stun maybe. No.
Thinking about it. But I feel like you need a little bit of extra help there too. It's only between the two of them. That's have a way in, but do you really have a way out? With the center ultimate, maybe, but you
They have
no
the
vision
blink
of
on their
anybody
spirit.
at this point. Well, that is blink from
Lane.
BC as well. Coming through. Still got some spells. The coil will be snapped. Babylon will fall immediately. Now, center ultimate, throwing down throwing down a stone will not hit on anything. Will be the end of that. Another quick pick.
Zoning boulder kick. Or boulder
Sure,
smash.
let's
I
go
think
with
it
that.
is. He didn't want to. I don't think he showed his blink dagger, and so he may have been thinking, okay, he doesn't have enough mana to set up the kill, so Earth Spirit just backs and says, okay, I won't really reveal the blink.
Yep.
They may have spotted it, but sometimes it's better just to hold off on that like use, because there's a difference kind of like of understanding that the enemy hero has a blink, like a centaur or a Slardar initiator, or in this case, Earth Spirit. And there's a difference in playing with that knowledge and kind of feeling that they have the blink and understanding that you're more at risk as we have the smoke coming into the dire jungle. They may go on puck here though.
Blade leading the charge with that extra bit of warning, and okay, there it is. They're gonna go on both heroes at the same time. Bane, that's gonna be the initial targets. Medusa TPing out or trying to, but a bench comes through BZ with the turnaround play here. Now the ultimate from the Medusa, slowing everybody down. The stun, keep them controlled. He out of mana now, and this could still turn into something. They have extra movement speed. They have to swap as well as an extra stun. ACC now in the hands of Fox, but he'll be able to walk to the side. This next one, Ulysses. In fact, he's the last one standing on side of Spartak. How did that even happen? It makes for easy pickings here. Another blink stomp. Triple kill for Light. Yeah, he solo killed Nightstalk up top or something?
I think it was Tar and Sniper were making
Sniper?
plays
Alright.
top.
Top tower is under attack.
Damn.
They went on Night Stalker and the Puck, I believe.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower.
Well, all of a
is
sudden,
under attack.
this game was very close for the longest time. Sitting mostly around 2k goal advantage for Empire, now up to 6k with this full 5-man wipe and all the extra towers going down. Experience also very much in their favor.
I think they're going to try and up here, and then Venge is about 1,000 gold off the BKB, and once that item comes out, there's not a whole lot they can do to control the Venge. There's no Aghanims on the Puck. They really have to rely on that Bane's Fiend Grip or the Medusa ultimate to kind of zone that Vengeful Spirit away, who does a lot when she gets on top of you and starts right-clicking. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't really like Venge in the carry role, but if you get further enough ahead, you are a big threat.
Yeah.
Just your stat gain is strong enough, and with that 15 agility, that's 15 more damage, a little bit more armor, a little bit more attack speed.
Night Stalker has picked up very quickly again. DD rune. Maybe based it out a little bit, yay. On the sniper. Keeping a hold of that now. Not just Venge, it's also him being extremely strong, just being able to sit in the backlines with all this chaos that they can create, especially on the center as well. They do find Fox. Let's get the ultimate off. Do they have enough damage to bring him down before it turns?
Go for the swap play. Does that work? I'm not
Don't
sure
think
if it
so.
works or not.
I don't think so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has
Go for
fallen.
that server tick up.
Yeah. It'd have to be the server taker because it's very much an instant swap.
Yeah. It's only death that cancels that
Dire's
ultimate,
bottom
right? Or
tower
the hero
is under
itself.
attack.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Spells do anything.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
How's that BKB coming? The BKB is complete, chilling on the courier, and just like, hey
Dire's
team,
bottom
I'm
tower
pretty
is under
strong.
attack.
Like, you see how confident the Venge is farming right now? Like, it's almost like she has the BKB already, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's fine for me to farm here.
Shadow Blade and a lot of vision here on the rest of Dire's side. They just go on the Earth Spirit. Balanced up inside the Firestorm and still very much alive. And now Light also coming through. Extra bit of an ultimate. So the good stun too. And now follow-up Stomp on a Night Stalker. Fiend Script, but cancelled by the disruption here. So defensive blaze coming through. The assassination will finish up the Night Stalker, or close enough anyway. ACC with that first BKB usage decided to run down more and more heroes. Fox next on the list here. So the Earth Spirit catches up with him. Another stomp, another double kill. All the Centaur War Runner, and now, well, what else is there to do than barrel down mid, claim a tier 2, and perhaps even threaten high ground with that.
Is under attack.
Not the fight you want to take without your Puck to provide that control as
Oh,
Centaur.
speaking of Puck, dodges that stomp just in time.
Good quick reaction there. It seemed like Puck was just kind of on another, like in another place with his game plan in terms of what was going on, because the team wanted to fight, but Puck was put at bottom.
Everyone respawning, have different objectives in the high ground in mind. Top lane needs some defending. 3-1-5-4 still farming out. Does have the Hurricane Pike to work with, working on the Lincoln Sphere, but even then you don't really have the damage to work with that they require at this point. Especially if you're having to play against the mages. Down the drain really, really fast. Now, perhaps a different extra fight coming through. Bane's inside, but okay, that's Centaur ultimate. We just used to escape very quickly. Empire, cool, calm, and collected. Setting themselves up for victory here in the next 5 minutes with that Aegis, perhaps.
Yeah. As we talked about earlier, this,
You're kind of cutting out. And you're gone again, I think. Not sure what that's about. Alright, hopefully Mr. V can get back soon. So there's the 5-man push we're just talking about. I mean, it's really good timing with Vengeful Spirit, Aura as well, just buffing up not just the self but also the sniper. And now, looking for top lane, 3-1-5-4, just ailing out of vision range. Alright, Firestorm will not make this easy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Getting rid of the creeps, so backdoor region is still disabled for a little bit. Glyph forced out. Maybe they can make some sort of wraparound play, and that's exactly what they're gonna try. The smoke up From Spartak Esports, BZZ is gonna have to start leading the charge. Blink coil, everything available there is. Silence on 3, but now Central Ultimate BKB popped on ACC. 3154 with his ultimate going to swap to a bit of a better position here. They lost 2 of the heroes, including the Aegis and Sniper in the front lines, but ACC is still right-clicking away. Force up back, yay. He's just going from target to target. Another silence though, the burst is there, and the right clicks from Medusa. Unhindered, triple kill. All 3 heroes down, double kill for ACC still. Light, Babylon, they're also continuing on the side, even with the Vengeful Spirit being dead. 3 for 3 trade here, plus the Aegis also going down, but the tower has also fallen. BZZ, nothing they could do against that.
That Medusa was so close to dying.
Yeah.
150 HP, like 20 mana left in the tank. Playing it to the limits.
BZZ did a whole lot that fight though on the puck, about 4.5k damage. Also for that initiation, for the instant pop on the Sniper Aegis, then that fight would have looked very different indeed.
It also could have been very different if he'd been there for that first fight mid.
That's true,
instead
yeah.
of pushing up bottom. Because if there's no Aegis there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they take a fight and get Aegis themselves. It's all about those timing, about how and when you take those initial fights.
So where does it leave us? Is that enough time for Medusa to get to the next round of items? I mean, he does have the Lincoln Tree complete now. How much is that going to change things?
So the Lincoln doesn't provide like saving from Centaur really. Just a little bit of the Centaur burst because the stun is AoE. It does give you some protection for Spenge as we have Night Stalker here. Getting dead would be probably the most likely outcome here.
A little bit longer there with, oh, we got the Fiend Script though to turn around. The silence to prevent the Earthspirit from helping, but still very tanky Venge. And especially with Disruption coming through defensively, Medusa still sitting there with the ultimate, but not enough defensive utility here. They do get the supports, but at what cost? Cores are down, Sniper's still very much alive and kicking. They're also gonna run down the Underlord just like that. 4 for 2 trade. ACC, they committed on him. Maybe underestimating the Vengeful Spirit's tankiness potential here, especially with kind of support lineup behind him. Now that opens up the racks. Even got themselves to Medusa illusion. Easy.
It's very strong for pushing here. One thing they have to be careful about on the side of Spartak is that when they take these fights, they need all their utility because they're behind. They don't have the items, so they have to get maximum utility out. And not having your Underlord there with his Guardian Greaves to give the Medusa mana just kind of change the dynamic of the fight. Maybe Venge goes down earlier and they get that kill.
Yeah.
Then that changes the fight, but it just seems Spartak is not quite executing strong enough. Now they're 2 lanes. It's going to be hard, if not impossible, battle for them to claw their way back into this one.
Yeah. But they're extremely fast. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the pushing potential, but at this point, then it's come online here with the Vengeful Spirit aura. Between him as well, between that as well as the Sniper just being so strong and hitting so fast at this point as well. They don't need a lot of time to chip away at these buildings. Now,
Definitely.
the bottom lane, tier 2 tower still standing there, but gonna have to be the next big target before Empire.
Yeah, if they win a big enough team fight, they could probably go straight for the Ancient and the GG call may come out, but I think they'll just play it safe. They don't have to wait the Aegis. They just have to make sure they have good vision down when they go to push this tier 2 tower, because the shrine is right there, so it's... Oh, but they did use the shrine, I think. Yeah. Shrine's on cooldown for another minute or so.
What comes out? The 5-man movement here from Spartak Esports. Light goes right in here, gets a stump off on a Medusa here. They can burn all the mana and it'll be fine, but turnaround play is there. He does get the ultimate off, and now they have to scramble away from that to still get the Bane. The Scarlet's being snapped by a couple of heroes here. Earthbird about to be right-clicked down, gets the roll away. Babylon not quite as lucky. 1 for 1 so far. ACC is still fighting on the side, and yeah, he's just plinking away in the back. Didn't even care. Triple kill for the Sniper. Now the assassination makes it an ultra kill. BZZ is still trying to fight something here, but the Shrapnels scout him out inside the trees and make it a rampage. Come on! Aww. Earthspirit says no. GG is called regardless. Spartak
They want to call the GG before they give him the rampage, clearly.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Ghostbird stole that kill.
victory.
No.
Viper was robbed.
He earned it. He earned it.
Viper was robbed. That's what I'm saying.
All
Dude.
right.
It's my official line, and I'm sticking with it.
You know, if you love Sniper that much, then all power to you. But I am not one of those people. But well played by Team Empire. I believe they actually lost the coin toss here, so they didn't get the first pick. They chose Radiant in response, but they'll have favor this next game. So we'll see if they go back to this Radiant or maybe instead go for the first pick. So.
Yep. Just like that, Spartak Esports one game away from elimination already here in the MDL CIS qualifiers. We'll see whether it'll happen in the next game or whether they'll be able to bounce back, tie up the series. Don't go too far away.